Good morning. Welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 26th of May. Now, if you are new here, please subscribe, hit those like buttons, guys, and please feel free to comment down below. We chat to each other here. We built a little community of like-minded people and we share our experiences because most of us are living all over the world in very different places. We're all on different timelines, so it takes me a little bit longer to get back to you, sometimes a day or two, to get back to your comments. So bear with me. I'll close my eyes, guys, and we'll get started and we'll see what comes up. God, I'm just getting this image, and this would be the people waking up, not you guys if you're watching my channel. This is the sleepwalkers, people waking up. They're getting violently ill now. They're becoming physically sick. They're starting to realise what is happening with their life, that they're being taken down. Now, here in Australia, they're about to put our energy rates are going up again, our electricity bills, by a huge chunks, like 25%, something, I think, like that. The interest rates, there's warning, they're coming as well as more interest rates, which we all predicted and we all knew. Didn't even have to be a psychic to predict that one, did you? So I'm getting now people are starting to feel really ill, violently ill. It's like almost people are getting ulcers in their stomachs, like that churning in the stomach feeling. Getting people are overwhelmed. We knew this was going to happen. This was going to cause people to go through maybe bouts of depression, thoughts of suicide. We know this is the kind of thing that's going to start to tip people over the edge. So they're starting to feel ill. Because how are they going to sustain this moving forward? This is the question that most of these sleepwalkers are starting to ask now. What's happening is they're starting to realise that there has to be a bigger picture here. And yes, there is, and they need to find out what it is real quick, smart. Because, like I keep saying to you, they hadn't pieced together that everything was under the Great Reset umbrella. But they're figuring that out now. They're figuring it out that maybe, just maybe, this is all starting to be linked. We had our energy minister, Chris Bowen, on TV last night. I was laughing on the news, honestly. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? And they still do things with a straight face. They know they're destroying people and taking them down. But here we are, we've got the electric bills going up, and he was talking about all this, but it has to happen and all this. But then in the next breath, they're pushing all the solar panels and the electric cars and how we've got to roll all this out and still keep getting this done. But people, can you imagine what people are thinking? Electric car, how am I going to charge my car up? Because not everyone's got solar panels on their roofs yet. Electricity going up. I'm not going to want an electric car if electricity is like going through the roof. Like these parliamentarians, these ministers, they have no common sense, I'm sure of it, because this is how people think. This is how an average person thinks. They hear electricity going up, and what, you want me to get an electric car? Well, that ain't going to happen. So they're a bit, I hate to say it, but I think they're a little bit dumb, like with the way that they speak to the little people and peasants. They think people are stupid. Not everyone can afford to lay out 30 grand or whatever it is on solar panels on their house at a time when everyone's in crises and they can hardly feed their family and put fuel in the car. It's just not going to happen. People aren't going to borrow back off their home loans to put solar panels on their houses. So I know you guys would be seeing this as well. It's complete madness, insanity, and unrealistic goals that have been set on the renewable stage to achieve. It's just craziness. Actually, Clown Planet, God, he's funny. Carl Vernon, isn't it? Clown Planet. He put some funny little things on his channel. He had one of Greta Thunberg yesterday, I think it was, or day before. And she was saying how it's like dire and it's emergency and we all have to do something about climate change and, you know, blah, 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 all the same old crap. And then in another breath, she's saying, oh, well, it's not that it's an emergency. It's just one of those words that you use to get people to wake up kind of thing. And you just go, yeah, we know. It's all trickery, smoke and mirrors, and all the wording that they use, the big emergency, the world's going to fall apart. It's just ridiculous. And yes, I did see, speaking of climate protesting, at the Chelsea Flower Show where Camilla and poor old Chucky were there doing their big opening, and all these, oh, well, not all, there was 3 actually, 3 protests. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to shut the curtain because this is sun's right in my eyes, which is nice to see the sun. Oh, sorry guys, I just couldn't see anything because the grey skies again today. Sorry guys. Yes, and I did see the climate protesters getting into the garden, one of the fancy gardens, and throwing their orange powder. What's it all achieve? Like, really? We always question if they aren't paid actors to keep the spotlight on it all. But it really doesn't achieve a lot, does it? And there was you've got to go watch it. Look, I'll share it to my Facebook page because it's that funny. And one of the ladies that's at the garden show just gets like a garden hose and starts hosing. Like that was going to deter them. It's so funny. You've got to go watch it. Need a good gut laugh today? Go watch the climate activists at the Chelsea Flower Show. Very funny. Also, okay, and just while I think of it, guys, here in Australia, yes, very serious. The flu is out of control now. Couldn't be anything to do with people's immune systems have dropped at all. Of course not. So push the flu vaccine now down everybody's throat. And of course, then you should just get your CV booster while you're at it, just for something to do, I guess. So that's what's happening here in Australia too, just to let you guys know what's being pushed here. Yes, the flu, it's like the worst flu we've ever had in the history of time. Just the same old kind of narrative, just a different year. That's all. All right, let's keep going. Message for us is to stay brave, that we've got this. Just hold on. Just hold on. Oh, it takes a lot of patience, doesn't it? I got that song the other day by Guns N' Roses, Patience. Takes a little bit of patience. So we're given that song again, Patience. It does take a lot of patience, doesn't it? Because it's very, very frustrating. Standing back, watching all this just unfolding before our very eyes and wanting people to just do something. Some people are, and we're probably not even hearing about it, guys, because we know mainstream media will never show us anything like that as well. All right, let's keep going. I'm getting that there's a lot of information starting to circulate now globally. Information's starting to be spread. Let's see what this is about. Hang on. I'm still getting that this is around whistleblowers. This is around vaccine injuries. There are more vaccine injuries than we even know of, guys. People are just starting to come forward. They're starting to speak out. I keep saying they're coming together in their truth movements. They want to tell their stories. But there's becoming more and more. The more people talk about it, the safer people feel to talk about their story and their journey. So, and perhaps even more doctors will come out too, because they've seen a lot of jab injuries as well. We know a lot won't, because they've been silenced by APRA, CDC, etc. But I am getting that these things are starting to really spread globally. These truth movements of the jab injured, it's particularly the jab injured. There's a lot more. People would be horrified if they knew. Actually, Tim, my husband, had a guy, because he deals with the public so much, he had a guy come in yesterday, and the guy was actually saying that he had a heart issue and had been in hospital. He said, another person, he said, I've never had trouble with my heart in my whole life. It was really weird. I had like a mini stroke or heart attack, or it was something like that. And Tim just looked at him because he said, I'm just sick of this. And he goes, so have you been getting the jabs? Because the guy was like, he couldn't work out why his heart was suddenly playing up. He said he's always had a really good, strong heart. And he just like looked at Tim with like, yeah, I have been. Like, and Tim goes, oh, well, I've heard a lot of things about those. So you just need to think about continuing to get those. And he said, yeah, I am. I've had all the boosters and everything. Just goes on and on, doesn't it, guys? So, yeah, so my hubby's just had enough, and he's just planting seeds now and telling people to be careful. I think we're all just so overhearing about all these illnesses. How many people are dying of cancer? Cancer's just gone through the roof, as we know. Oh, it's just nuts what they're doing to people. It's really cruel, isn't it? Anyway, let's keep going. I am getting Britain. But I'm getting that Britain wants to take itself back. Like Britain wants to take back its old ways. Like Britain of old. That's what I'm getting. Britain of old. Like Great Britain. I'm getting this image of Great Britain, and they're showing me the flag. Is it the Union Jack? What do you call that? Your flag. I'm just getting that Great Britain wants, it wants to go back. I think it's gone too far, guys, hasn't it, with sushi? Hang on a minute. I just keep getting that you will stand over there. I just keep getting it. I keep getting that you will stand. I feel like people will stand. You will have fight backs. So remember, people are just waking up. They've been a bit clueless. And they're just waking up. But they're starting to get the knowledge now. Like I keep saying, things are starting to be heard. People are talking. What do you mean there's a 15-minute city over here? What do you mean they're stopping our short haul flights? Is it following France in France's footsteps? These things are happening, and that's becoming reality for these people waking up. So they have to start doing something unless they want to live with it and be dictated to. So I am getting that for Great Britain. Great Britain wants to be great again. That's kind of what I'm getting. Because you guys are very loyal to your, not the monarchy. That's not what I'm getting. But to your country, to your values. I'm just getting that. That's what I'm getting. What's the word? Patriotic is the word I'm thinking of. In Great Britain, you want it great again. Patience. All right, let's keep going. God, I'm getting this math sum today, and this is about monetary value and where our money is headed. And what they're giving me a sum, and it's 10 plus 10 equals 5. So basically what they're saying, once upon a time, a $10 note plus a $10 note equals a $20 note, which is 10 and 10 equals 20. Sorry, guys, if you're on a different thing, monetary value overseas, this is just a basic, equals 5. So basically what I'm saying is money's going to start going down to a quarter of its value now. So it's not like when we had cash, we had value in like 10 and 10, which would equal 20, a $20 note. But now, when everything's going to be digital and in the banking world, and they have to make their profits off it and get their percentage and their little cut, and government has to get their cut, we know how it all goes, it's going to reduce your money down to like $5. So it's going to be a quarter of the value online to what it was in cash. So this online thing is going to start costing people, the little people and peasants, of course, not the banks or government. No, just the little people. We're the ones that are going to lose out from the online banking world. But I think we already knew that was happening. Everything's going to just start to decrease. Your dollar's going to depreciate very quickly. And that's true because we know the banks take all their little payments out, especially like when you go to the teller machine or you tap your card, they take this certain percentage for fees and charges, of course, because they're very busy doing that as the computer does it. Like, it's just ridiculous as they cut back all their staff and have no staff anyway to pay wages to. So their earnings are just going to go up. This is crazy. The banks are just, and government are just taking us for the biggest ride. Sad, isn't it? But that's what I'm seeing happening. That the monetary value now will really decrease dramatically for the little people. All right, let's see if there's one more thing. And then we'll do some cards. I brought my cards along again today, guys. All right, let's see if there's something else. I'm getting New Zealand. I'm getting strikes. People are feeling poverty-stricken in New Zealand now. And people are really taking a backward step. Probably not you if you watch my channel. We know it's coming. People waking up in New Zealand, taking a real backward step. they're really shocked. They're really shocked by their government and how the interest rates are going up, power prices are going up, shortages of food and all the same old crap. This is happening in New Zealand, and people are taken back. It's causing them to sort of gasp. It's showing me that that breathless kind of energy where they realise, so people waking up in New Zealand, they realise that this is continuing. This is becoming a permanent part of their life. I think a lot of people were fooled by the Jacinda thing, thinking, well, now she's gone, our life will go back to normal, we'll all move on. She was the one that was not doing a lot of good for our country, but unfortunately, as we all know here, Hippo stepped straight in where Jacinda left off. He's just got a different kind of tactic, that's all. So I am getting that gasping for the people in New Zealand. It's quite shocking for the people waking up to realise that government, as we know, doesn't have their best interest at heart. Oh, Hippo, what can we say? Oh, how was Sophie's tail thing yesterday? Wasn't it ridiculous and funny? Oh, look, it's better to have a laugh than just be boring, hey, guys? I mean, what's the point? I might as well have a laugh at my dog's expense. They're crazy, those two, aren't they? They do make me laugh too, guys. I know you think they're quite hilarious. It's never boring with those two. Oh. Oh, all right. I'll see if there's one more thing and then we'll do some cards. God, I'm still getting this funds to the capitals. And you know what's weird? There's been a couple of buildings burning down globally. Have you noticed that? There was one the other day, and then we had one in Sydney here yesterday. Arson. I don't know. Sometimes I just query everything now. Are you guys the same? Let me know down below. Every time I see something, especially on mainstream media, I tend to think, I have my suspicions around a lot of things now. You can't help it. When you're a BS detector, it's just how our brains are wired. Now, we always try and look at things from a different angle because we just naturally do, don't we? We can't help ourselves. So I am getting that still. A lot of funds pouring into the capitals. Big faceless in the capitals. Sorry, guys. This is getting exhausting. This has been a big year this year, hasn't it? And I tell you what, these government leaders are dishing out a lot. I'm surprised they're getting away with as much as they are, to be quite honest. Let's see if there's something else to close with. I am getting this calling out the riot squad. God, where's this for? Hang on. Perhaps Germany. And when we know they're calling out the riot squad, that usually means they're going to fly in the UN cops to control people and peasants from protesting. I am getting Germany. I'm getting France. I wonder what's happening in France. I bet that's still going on. Those poor people over there, they're so sick of Macron. Such a monster. I am getting Canada for some reason, but it just feels a little different. It feels different to Ottawa. It doesn't feel like the Ottawa situation. See, I'm getting in Canada that this might be a little bit of a performance. Trudeau you might get these climate protesters, and he might pretend he's got the big riot squad there to sort them out and that. But as we all know here, most of the climate protesters are all set up, aren't they? And then, of course, Trudeau would pass some bill. We know how it goes, so it could be a little bit of a fake setup, I think, in Canada. I don't think it's going to be like Ottawa, like the real protesters and real riot squad. I think it's going to be I think it could be a little bit of a show. You might have a new stage show going on in Canada over there, but it could all be around climate protesters and keeping the spotlight on how important it is to save the world, and they might have to look like they're really clamping down on any protesting and that. So they might use this to highlight, we've had to bring in the big riot squads because it's out of control, and it'll all be It'll be like paid actors, I believe, personally. It's all part of the show, isn't it? So I do feel that in Canada. He just obviously wants to pass some sort of bills again about protesting and interrupting the peace of, the citizens and making roads closed. And I think you're going to get this fake show, unfortunately. Actually, we just had in Perth with McGowan, who's, of course, he's the one that's selling us pretty much off to China, who went over to China recently. He's the Prime Minister of Western Australia, which is the opposite side of Australia from where I live. They had a school shooting today, which is kind of unusual in Australia to say. You don't get a lot. We're not sort of like America. It's very different here. But anyway, apparently there was a 15-year-old out of control, had guns all through his car, and they arrested him and all that. But then I did find it very odd. No one got shot. He just shot at the school. Like, no one got shot. Luckily, no one got shot. But then it was very interesting because then McGowan was on the news, like, the next morning, saying how now he's going to bring in the toughest gun laws that part of Australia has ever had. And it was this big thing about he's changing their gun laws. Like, very convenient that it happened, like, straight after. It just, because of one incident, suddenly he was, like, right on it. So it's almost like, I don't know. It's us being BS detectors, isn't it? It doesn't make sense that you have one incident and then suddenly it's the perfect plan where you can start to implement now your extremely harsh gun laws. But even saying that, guys, hasn't there been a lot more knife crime as well? I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but we've noticed in Australia, the youth crime's really bad, particularly in Queensland, the state of Queensland. And a lot of knives are being used now, so I don't think it's going to really stop anything anyway. But, what are they really up to? These are the questions that I ask. So if anyone lives in Western Australia, give us your opinion because I'd like to know what McGowan's up to over there. As us BS detectors are not falling for it. I'm going to pull 3 happiness cards today. I love these little... We were the hippies yesterday in my video, weren't we, guys? How's my tripod falling off by itself? And my phone. It's so weird. So weird. Yesterday, wasn't it? I found that very weird. All right, we'll pull 3 cards of my happiness hippie deck. All right, hang on. Let's get a bit shuffling. These are my little easy to shuffle cards, these ones. Something will pop out. Oh, yeah, the whole set just... What the heck? The whole set just went everywhere. Sorry, guys. Let's keep going. Sun's trying to break through the grey skies. Maybe it was just morning cloud this morning. Oh, there we go. We've got the little lotus. Look, can you see that? We haven't had that lotus before. Make it meaningful. Do the things you truly love. That's something that we really have started to do in the last 3.5 years, isn't it, guys? Get back to the passions, creativity. I know I repeat myself a lot here, but they're the things that start to uplift your soul and make you feel good inside. Oh, haven't had this one either. It's like some planets or something, isn't it? Take a risk. Get out of your comfort zone so you can expand your comfort zone. And that's true. Sometimes you've got to push through and do things that might be a little uncomfortable or that you're a little unsure of. And then sometimes once you do it, I guess that's kind of almost, it reminds me of fear. We've been talking a lot about fear here on this channel, haven't we? Pushing through our fears because of our little body ailments, my knee, people's backs and legs have been playing up, ankles, feet. All you guys seem to be going through the same ascension process. So maybe a little bit of that taking a risk too is pushing through our fears and perhaps trying something new we haven't and expanding our knowledge or learning and growing. We talk about that a lot in the ascension process as well. Oh, we're getting 2 little bells. Listen, play your favourite song. Oh, stop it. Well, that's us. We're always playing music, aren't we? Gosh, all week I've been playing that John Farnham, after seeing the John Farnham movie, which was really brilliant, guys. I keep playing that song One. I just love that song One that he sang many, many years ago. And it's on repeat in my car on Spotify. My daughter keeps going, are you playing that again? And she even knows the words now. She's even got used to the words. I said, yeah, but I love it. I love the feeling of it. It's a memory for me. All right, let's pull a Whispering Woods card. You know I love this set. Oh, we'll pull one Whispering Wood. I do love this set. All right. But we do love our music, don't we, guys? We can't help it. We get so much music. Ooh. Uncertainty. The shades of grey within the fog will eventually lift. That's a great outcome card, isn't it? Maybe that's what we need today. It is like a fog. Sometimes I find living here in the mountains, and I talk to you guys about fogs. I know a lot of you get them as well in like Canada, Wales, Sweden. You would probably get them, Martin, as well. A lot of us definitely get fogs. And sometimes you're not sure if it's cloud cover or if it's a fog. Sometimes it's very characteristic. Sometimes it can be morning cloud and give you that illusion that, oh, it's going to be a grey day. And then suddenly the sun like just bursts through and you end up like, look at this morning, it was grey a minute ago and I had to shut the curtain because the sun just burst through and now it's like blue, beautiful blue sky outside. So I really think that card's, it's uncertainty, but we have to just, actually I'm going to pull one more card out of this set because I think we need, I'll pull two more because you know I like to do things in threes. I'm going to pull two more around this uncertainty, and what do we do around that uncertainty? Oh, there you go, it flipped over. Wish. Oh, we did that the other day, didn't we? Make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. Oh, remember that? You'd do that as a kid. You'd pick up a dandelion and blow it. I don't do that as much anymore because I'm scared I'll get weeds all over my garden. But that's a very childlike way of making a wish, isn't it? Just simple things. Put your thoughts on it. Okay, we'll get one more outcome card of the around the uncertainty of the future. Oh, sorry, guys. This dropped to the ground. You know, I have to get it. Retreat. Spoil yourself in the morning mist. Breathe in the eucalyptus trees, berries, and wattle. So basically, what I'm seeing there is just retreat from all the chaos. Get out in nature. Enjoy our gardens. I know a lot of you guys are coming into spring. That's how we deal with the uncertainty and everything that's currently going on. We get out and we just enjoy. It's almost like saying smell the roses. That's saying smell the roses, but smell the eucalyptus trees if you're living here in Australia. And just go and enjoy the beauty of nature. That's basically the message that we're getting there. All right, I'll see if there's one more thing to close with today. I'm getting Neil Diamond. Song, song, blue, everybody knows one. Song, song, blue, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Me and you are subject to cry in your voice. Whatever that song is called, I think it's Song, Song, Blue by Neil Diamond. I'm getting that today because we love a good song. Hang on, let's see where else we go. I'm getting Michael Bublé. Hang on. Hang on a minute. God, they're just giving me Michael Bublé. Maybe we just got to listen to some Michael Bublé music today. I'm getting like most of his hits. So maybe we've got to listen to Michael Bublé's greatest hits. He's got some great songs. He's a great crooner, isn't he? I really love Michael Bublé, so I'm getting Michael Bublé. Hang on. I'm getting Boom Crash Opera again. And I'm getting, this is the best thing that has ever happened to me. And I said it before and I say it again. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Sorry, I'm not very good with the tunes, but I am getting that song today. This is the best thing, and I'm sure it's by Boom Crash Opera. And what they're saying is, the guides are saying to us that this is the best thing that's ever happened to us. The Great Awakening, the shift, all these things, as much as we're uncertain and we're not sure about where it's all headed, it's the best thing that has ever happened to us, because we now are able to see the beauty of life, the wonder of life, and we're able to, most of all, feel life in a very different way. And I would think we would all agree with that we feel a lot freer, more uninhibited, and we don't live in that angst and fear anymore. We live in that love frequency vibration. Hang on a sec. Trying to get something to me. Yeah, I'm getting that song by the Beatles. Love, love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true. So please love me do. Such a cool song, that. I'm going to leave you with that today. All right. Take care. Have a wonderful day, everybody. We're heading into the weekend, and I will say goodbye from Australia. Hit the like button, subscribe, and please feel free to comment down below. We talk to each other here and let each other know what's going on globally around the world. And I will say goodbye. Enjoy your day. Bye, everyone.